Big leaps only happen with small leaps. Now, for a lot of people, unfortunately, they are looking for this huge leap from where they are to where they want to be. So you'll have these people who will go through maybe Instagram or something like that. They're watching somebody's lifestyle who is living it up, who is flashing the cash, and who is somebody who looks like they are winning in life, and that is where they want to be. But in their own life, they aren't willing to take the small leaps, and because they aren't willing to take the small leaps, they aren't going to make the huge leaps. You know, if you can imagine somebody who wants to be a fiction writer today, who dreams of having a best-selling book in the Kindle store, who dreams of having a huge list of fans, who dreams of, signing books at a bookstore, and all the adoration and all that comes with being a successful writer. If you are looking for that, but you aren't willing to make the small commitments of showing up every day, doing your daily word count, which could be writing maybe 500 words a day, 1,000 words a day, or whatever it is, if you aren't willing to make them small leaps, there's absolutely no way you are going to achieve the huge leaps. Now, Tommy Baker says in his book, The 1% Rule, he said that a lot of people have high expectations but have low commitment. Now again, if we go back to the people who are looking at the world, are looking at people who have six-packs, who are looking at people who are driving Ferraris, and all these different things, they have a huge expectation for their life, but when it comes to actually making a commitment, the commitment is next to zero. I don't know how many times I have helped people with, training courses or giving people advice, and they will probably run with it for 1 or 2 days, and then they will drop it and then they'll go racing off to something else because they have a very, very low commitment. Again, Tommy Baker mentions in his book that when he was talking to someone about, people's New Year's resolutions or making resolutions, when is the most time that the majority of people drop off? You would probably say to yourself, well, the majority of people will probably drop off maybe after the first week, or maybe after 30 days or something like that. That is when they will drop off and they won't follow through on whatever plan they had. But the truth is, it's actually a lot shorter than that. The majority of people will drop out from their diet or whatever action plan they put into place on day 2. They'll do it for 1 day, and then they'll wake up the next morning and they could be sore after training. They're going to remember back and say, well, that was a really big time commitment yesterday, me sitting down to write those 1,000 words, or whatever it is. They're going to be mentally fatigued or physically fatigued, and that is after the first day. And on day 2, when the runners are lying there, or you've got a nice toasty bed, or you've got the keyboard on one side, and then you have Netflix on the other, which one is the easiest option to go for? And everybody will jump to the easier option. And as he said, majority of people will drop out at day 2. Now that was a big shock for me. I presumed I know a lot of people have a low commitment. They'll put up with something for a couple of days, and if they can't get the hang of it, it's almost like a child teaching them how to ride a bike. After the first, second time where they do a little wobble and they fall off, that's it. I'll never be able to ride a bike. I'll never be able to do it. And unless the parent is actually forcing them to do one rep after another, continuing trying it again and again and again, it's only when when somebody forces them to do that they actually reach the point where they get over that duck they had, or break through that confidence level they had, and all of a sudden then they are able to ride their bike. So if you are looking to become something, maybe you've seen somebody on Instagram or somebody on Facebook or somebody you admire, and they are way off from where you are, you probably have high expectations. But what is your commitment level like? As I said at the start, if you are going to make a big leap, you're not going to get there unless you make small leaps. And it's the kind of building up of those small leaps over time that is going to be like the battering ram at the door. Eventually that door of where you want to be on the other side of it is eventually going to break through, but it's going to take that tapping away at the door with those small leaps to get to where you want to be. So bear that in mind today. If there is something you want to achieve, what is your commitment level like? Remember, the majority of people drop out at day 2. So if you think, well, if I'm going to be a writer, I'm going to be competing against a lot of writers or a lot of bloggers, a lot of other people, I'm here to tell you, you're not. The majority of those people are going to drop out at day 2, and you're going to find the finish line is going to be a lot quieter than you ever expected. So again, try and raise your commitment level. Focus on the small leaps rather than the big leaps. The big leaps will take care of themselves. It's your job to focus on the small daily leaps, and everything will kind of fit into place after that. So if you'd like to ask me a question, or you'd like to have me answer a question in an upcoming video, you're very welcome to reach out to barryjmcdonald@gmail.com. Or if you'd like to know more about what I do and where I hang out and where these videos and podcast episodes are, again, do a search for WriteCome. That's WriteCome.com, and you'll find the content all over the web. And if you go over to the WriteCome site right now, you'll find a wonderful free report that's going to show you 10 ways you can make money from your keyboard, and it's called Words to Wealth. So if you'd like to get a copy of that, head on over to WriteCome, download the free report, and let me know how you get on with it. So as always, thanks for sharing your time again today. Take care, have a great day, bye bye.